Video Part 1, Introduction to Holter Analysis. At this point, you have obtained a recording of data from your patient and you're ready to analyze it. This brief tutorial will show you only one of the many paths you could take using the Helix analysis software, but it is the most common first-pass analysis that is done. Along the way, we will show you many of the features that are available to you to control the analysis. To show you this flow, we will use the demo patient that comes with your software, and we will use the pro level of the software. Launch the software from the icon that is placed on your screen when the Helix software is installed. Use the File, Open menu to select the demo patient. Use File, Patient to review the patient information entered into that screen. You may edit or add more information to this patient at this time. Any changes made here will be stored in the patient database when you click OK or Reanalyze. To reanalyze the patient data and save any of the changes you've made to the patient information screen, click on the Reanalyze button. The analysis of this 24-hour recording will take only a few seconds, and when complete, the display will go to the drop-down menu selection chosen from File, Preferences, After Analysis Show. In this example, the selection is Page. One of the great advantages of the Pro version is the ability to see the nice summary presented in the critical events screen. The screen gives one very nice overview in one glance of the entire study. To see the critical events screen, click Critical Events from the secondary menu line. In the critical events screen, you will see how many beats were categorized into the major categories: VPB, Early VPB, VPB pair, VTAC, Bigeminy, Trigeminy, Quadrigeminy, R-on-T, SVPB, SVPB pair, SVT, Aberrant SVPB, ST event, pause, V-paste, A-paste, AV-paste, sense failure, capture failure, inhibition, diary or event, irregular RR, questionable, HR strips, saved strips, artifact, normal, all. As a technician, you have almost infinite control over how the analysis works and what is saved. This is intentional, as the overarching design philosophy of this product is to give the technician ultimate control and final say over how beats are handled. So how does a technician control the analysis? Let's have a brief look at those screens. What strips to autosave? Under Settings, select What strips to autosave. All the different types of labels the software uses appears in this window. The software uses these labels to identify one particular beat or event, for example, the current beat or the beat centered in a saved strip. Each label can be turned off or on to indicate whether sample strips of that type should be saved for the final report. A checkmark indicates that sample strips with that label will be saved. Click on a label or its checkbox to turn it off or on. Click on the button Select Deselect All to turn all labels on or off. Click OK to save changes and close the window, and click Cancel to close the window without saving changes. How often strips autosave? Under Settings, select How often strips autosave. These settings control the distribution of strips that are saved for the report. The Pro level of software has all the options listed below. The enhanced versions of the software will have a reduced number of options. Scanning criteria. Under Settings, select Scanning criteria. What scanning criteria is used to categorize beats? All the scanning criteria can be seen and adjusted via the screen. The scanning criteria are used during Holter analysis to define some of the arrhythmias labeled by the software, along with settings that control the amount of information processed. For example, let's look at the first item on the page, tachycardia. Tachycardia defines at least how fast a heart rate must be for the tachycardia label to appear. All beats that occur at that heart rate or above are included in the tachycardia beat count in the Tachy-Brady table in the table's window. It is very important that you take time to review all these criteria to get a feel for the fine level of control that you, as a technician, have over the analysis process. The details of each of these criteria are explained in the manual. When all the criteria have been selected or adjusted to your preferences, you will be prompted as to whether or not to save them. If you have made any changes to the scanning criteria, it will be necessary to click on the Reanalyze button, which once again can be found on the File, Patient menu screen. Let's now discuss the various review methods that you could use. The Holter signal saved for a patient can be reviewed on the monitor of your computer in several ways. You could review and edit 1. The templates established during analysis. 2. The most significant events identified during analysis. 3. On-screen full disclosure of all the ECGs. 4. Graphs showing the heart rate and RR interval data. 5. Strip save for the final report. 6. Superimposition. And 7. Tables compiled for the report.